up in a cast and set the hook on smallmouth bass, and then you'll understand. Gotta get your hands on a Shimano reel and a G-Loomis round. I bet you like what you feel. Step on the deck, give it a whirl. Hello and welcome to my world.
What's going on Facebook and YouTube Live? We're going to try something new this afternoon or this evening, and I'm going to go live on TikTok as well. So we're going to try this out, see what's up. Got 3 different venues to check this thing out, which is kind of crazy, but we're going to try. So welcome to the show for this evening, and it's been a couple weeks since I've been live, which is a little different for me. Normally it's every weekend or every Tuesday that you see me live. Hey, John Osborne, what's up, buddy? Andrew 6, what's happening, man? Guys, thanks for joining again. It's been about 2 weeks since I've been live. I've had a lot of stuff going on. We're going to talk about iCast. We're going to talk about new stuff that Shimano has out, and we're going to talk about some things that I've been able to do over the past couple of days to upgrade my, my arsenal. What's up, Mitch? Hey, buddy, how you doing? Zane Boggs, what's up? Everybody in the house tonight. I appreciate you guys sticking around with us again. If you guys are just now joining us, I am live on 3 different platforms, which is something new for me: Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. If you're out there in TikTok land and you want to see my screen and the stuff I'm sharing, you need to hop over to Facebook or YouTube, and those are both with the @OnAnotherLine call tag. You'll be able to find me there. So first and foremost, again, thanks for joining this episode of On Another Line Live. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about some stuff that I had happen last week. I was fishing Grayson Lake, ended up catching 10 fish. You guys are going to see that full video coming this Thursday. The last video you guys saw on the YouTube channel was an absolute, my absolute opinion about the new NRX Plus. Are they as good as the original NRX, and would I recommend you buying them? And if you didn't see that, you should definitely check it out. Hey, Daryl, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. So first and foremost, again, we are looking at a lot of different things that happened this past week as far as with my channel and things. I did surpass the 2,900 subscribers mark on YouTube, so thank you guys very, very much for that. Really crazy. I'm gaining a lot of stuff. You guys are out there on TikTok land. You guys are, joining. I gained like 100 followers, about 150 followers, I guess, this week. Posted a video showing how to actually create a lure retriever that I create with a dual mold, and got a lot of good response. So thank you guys for that. So first and foremost, last week I fished Grayson, had a really good time, caught 10 fish, didn't smash them, caught one about 3 pounds, is the biggest one. I ended up catching that on a shaky head. 9 of the 10 fish I caught came on a shaky head. And a lot of that has to do with, that's one of my favorite summer baits to throw. And a lot of it has to do that I have that brand new G-Loomis NRX Plus 822S SYR, the shaky head rod, and I wanted to check it out. I wanted to make sure everything was going on. Hey, Dave Wells, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. I guess we meet here instead of B-dubs. Anyway, so quick recap of what happened was I caught, again, 10 fish, had a pretty good time, caught the majority of the fish on a shaky head, and I had the opportunity to really get my hands on that NRX Plus. I've had the NRX Plus for about 2 months now, and I wanted to get my hands on it and actually fish with it several times before I gave you guys my absolute opinion. My God's honest truth opinion here, guys, is that my opinion, I think the original NRX was better than the Conquest. I know that is a very unpopular opinion, but that is my opinion. That has nothing to do with Shimano or G-Loomis. That's just my personal opinion. I got to fish them. I had a Conquest. I had 2 of them, actually. Sold them because I liked the NRX just as good, and they're $100 cheaper, so I chose to fish the NRX. So I was skeptical when the NRX Plus came out, and I said, can it be any better? First and foremost, it's about $100 more expensive than the original NRX. The original NRX was like $525. This thing is like $625. Does it warrant that price? Well, first off, what are you getting? If you guys didn't watch the video that I've done the review on, you're getting a multi-taper design, which is new for the NRX Plus. You're getting a CI4 real seat, which is new for the NRX. You are also, getting some of the stuff that we're used to, like the REC components recoil guides. You're getting the Fuji silicon carbide, the SIC guides. They're titanium. You're getting a lot of cool things with that rod. One of the cool things that I got the opportunity to when I started fishing these things is that I could not believe how much lighter they are than the original NRX. It's a huge, huge weight reduction. I put both the NRX, original NRX, and the new NRX Plus in my dad's hands. And he is a straight shooter. Will tell you exactly what he thinks. And he's like immediately, it's like, what's the difference in these rods? This rod is absolutely like half the weight of the other one. So the NRX Plus is, in my opinion, just a quick rundown of that last video, is my opinion is good for you to buy those NRX Plus because they are that good. One of the things that I'll tell you that, and I'm not just setting by that, is that I am talking about the NRX Plus. The reason I'm talking about those and I like them so well is I just now sold, I'm waiting pending payment, that I've sold all 3 of my old NRX. So I will be putting in an order tomorrow for 3 NRX Plus, an 894C JWR, an 893C JWR, and a 852S JWR, which is a spinning rod. Those 3 will be coming. You guys will be seeing a lot of videos about that on my YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in gear and reviews, that's definitely where it's at. If you guys are out there in TikTok land, you want to check this out. Again, it's going to be youtube.com/OnAnotherLine, all one word. So again, first and foremost, talk about iCast, what Shimano and G Loomis had come out in the iCast era here in the last couple of weeks. One of the biggest things that came out is the GCX rod line from G Loomis. The GCX is actually going to replace the E6X. And you're getting, let's see, I haven't really, dove into it a lot. One of the things that you're getting there is you're getting that multi-taper design that you see in the NRX Plus. So I think they're going to take this multi-taper down all the way into their lower line of rods. Again, the GCX is going to be replacing the E6X. The E6X, if I'm not talking out of my head here, was $229. The GCX is $249, so you do get a little bit of a, you get a little bit of a price upgrade there. So you're looking at about $20 more for the GCX. I haven't, again, really looked into much of the components. I'm kind of digging through the website here right now. They have a lot of different stuff. Let's see, they have the spinning rods available as 880 or 782, 783. 842, 843. Those are all swim jig models, or spin jig models, SJR. Let's see, a lot of medium actions, a lot of fast. You're getting that multi-taper design again. So one of the things about it is what the new Loomis is that normally a blank goes from the butt section all the way to the tip at a constant taper. With the new technology that Loomis has come out with, it actually steps down in places, reducing weight, giving you better casting accuracy, allowing more, actions to be available within the rod line. Basically, it's a series of micro tapers that go along the rod to allow, weight reductions in places and allow the stuff to be there when it actually is needed. GCX was there. Let's see, the Shimano's, of course, you guys, I'm obviously talking about the NRX Plus. That's something brand new for Loomis. The NRX Plus is not the top of the line. You still have the Conquest up there. That is in the $700 range. I think $749 is the most expensive one that they have there. But the NRX Plus ranges from $625. Actually, I think $625 is the most expensive that they go. So $625 for a rod. Is it a lot? Sure it is. I get it. If you don't want to fish that, the GCX may be something for you. That's a $250 price point. Shimano, I was at the tackle box 2 days ago. Greg and Jeff up there showed me a couple new rods that just came in. The Poison Adrena series of rods. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of those. I have 4 of them right now. Let's see. I think 4. Actually, I think, let's see, I have the 172 heavy, 173 medium heavy. I have the 1611 medium plus, and I also have the 610 or 611 medium heavy spinning rod. So I do have 4 of them. which, on the Shimano side of things, those are your top dogs. That's the top, upper echelon of those. You're looking at $350 for those rods. But I started fishing them because I like the carbon handle that they came out on. That was the very first thing that actually had a carbon handle on it. There was a Poison Adrenaline that was out a couple years ago that actually the butt section would actually come apart. It was 2-piece. And doing research on that, the reason if you find those, matter of fact, there's a couple of them still over at Borders. Last time I was over, they still have several of them actually, but they're more expensive than the new Poison Adrenas, and that's due to the 2-piece design. But the reason they were made with 2 pieces is so that people in Japan and China and places in Asia drive smaller cars than we do in the United States. So it allows them to take the thing apart and put it in the car, from what I understand. I don't know that to be a true fact because I haven't done any research. But according to Drew Sadler for Shimano, that's the reason they've done it that way. So again, I was out there at the tackle box, and the Poison Adrenaline actually has a 6'10", I think. I think it's a 6'10" ultralight spinning rod, designed for small Ned rigs and small swim baits. Really light rod, really phenomenal. I don't know if it fits in my arsenal or not. I don't throw anything that well or that small. Dave Wells, you got a question here. It says, are they balanced good? If you're talking about the Poison Adrena, man, my personal opinion is that they are one of the most balanced rods on the market. I'll go out on a limb here and say that I would put the Poison Adrena in the old NRX category. I feel like they match up a lot. I was hesitant to say that before because the Poison Adrena is $350, the NRX is $525. So you're getting better components, you're getting a better warranty with Loomis. And again, if you guys don't know anything about the warranties of what's going on with Loomis or Shimano used to have a 5-year warranty on anything. So if you broke it 5 years from the date you purchased this, they would just replace it. Used to be that you just take it back to the places like Tackle Box, they would swap you out and they would send that back and give you a brand new one off the shelf. Since then, Shimano has went to a 1-year warranty on all their rods, including the Poison Adrena, which is the highest end rod that they manufacture right now at $350. With that $350 price point, what do you get? Again, you're getting a 1-year warranty. So anything that happens with that 1 year, they will replace it. You don't take it back to the tackle box. You call Shimano, they'll send you a new one out. Actually, you have to send the one back. They'll send you a new one out within that 1 year. Loomis has a thing called the Expediter service. You have a limited lifetime warranty on the Loomis side of things, which means that if anything happens due to manufacturer defect, it is 100% replaced for the life of the rod. That means if you set the hook and you can tell that the rod had a chip in it or something that came from the factory that way, or a bubble in the rod or whatever, and it breaks, you call them up, tell them, hey, I got this rod. You send it back. They'll take a look at it. And if it's deemed a manufacturer defect, they'll send you a new rod out, and you'll have that. There is a thing called the Expediter service, which allows you as an angler to have full coverage basically on your rods, even to be an idiot like I am sometimes, and have some misfortunes. Let's say that you're a co-angler and you're going to a BFL and you get out of a car and you shut the door on one of your G Loomis NRX rods. Well, obviously that's not a manufacturer defect. That's something you did to break the rod. So what that means is that you could use the Expediter service. Expediter service, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be totally wrong here, so don't quote me on this. I think it's $200 for the NRX. I don't know about the new NRX Plus, but we're talking about the old NRX. It's like $200. They would overnight you a new rod. So let's say that I broke that 894C. Call Loomis up, be like, hey, I want to use the Expediter service. I have this 894C JWR, and I would like to replace it using the Expediter service. They will ask you where you're at. You can be anywhere in the United States of America. It doesn't have to be at your home. It doesn't have to be where you live. It can be anywhere in the United States that there is postal service available. You call them up, tell them where you're at. You pay the $200 over the phone. They will go grab that rod off the shelf from Loomis, throw it in a tube, overnight it to you wherever you're at in the United States. And what you'll do is with that broken rod is you'll put it back in the tube, which is already prepaid, and you'll ship it back to them. So literally $200. So it costs about $50. I figured out today it's like $46.50 to ship a rod from here to Tennessee. So, you're talking about Loomis, which is in Washington State. So if you're sending it all the way to Washington, you're basically just paying for shipping there and back. So that's the expediter service. Shimano has a similar expediter service, which means that you break a rod, you call them up, hey, I want to use this expediter service. It's half the rod's price. So if the rod was $300 MSRP, you would send them $150 via PayPal or wire transfer, however you want to do that, and then they'll send you a brand new rod. So there is a little bit of a warranty there. Andrew 6, Tackle Box, great place to get all your gear. I agree, man. Tackle Box is one of my favorite places. Greg Drown up there is absolutely one of the most knowledgeable guys when it comes to fishing tackle. If you're not fishing Greg's buzz baits and spinner baits from the Tackle Box, you're severely missing out. You're getting Sampo swivels, you're getting really nice mustad hooks, you're getting all the top of the line gear, and he makes some phenomenal baits. You should go up there and check him out. His jigs are really good too. Man, they're hard to beat. But if you're in my area and never been to the Tackle Box, you definitely should go, because they have the biggest selection of fishing and hunting apparel, I think, in my area. I've never seen, Borders has a lot, but I think the Tackle Box has them beat as far as sheer, especially for sheer fishing. There's, a wall of Zoom baits like I've never seen in my life. It's crazy. They got a lot of stuff. If they don't have it, you don't need it. And if you really do need it and they don't have it, Greg will order it for you. With that being said, we do, again, they did have that 610 ultralight, which, again, I said I don't think I'll be picking one up. I love the idea. I may buy one for an ultralight rod. It's weird to have a really high-end ultralight rod like that. But if you have that thing and put a 1000 Vanford or something on there, oh my God, it would be stupid nice. And again, it's basically designed for Ned rigs, small swim baits, finesse techniques. Kind of like the Corrado BFS. If you guys have seen the video about the BFS, which is a bait finesse system, it's a bait casting reel that allows you to cast really small baits due to the braking capabilities of that brand new reel. It has magnets in the side cover of the reel and not on the actual spool. The spool looks like a wiffle ball, allows it to have less startup inertia. It doesn't hold that much line, holds like it's like 120 feet of 8-pound test or something. It's not very much, but it's not used to actually cast long distances. It's usually for finesse things. One of the things I think they missed is there's an 8-gear ratio. That's the only one you can get. I think that if they would have made a 6-gear ratio in that small reel, I think you can use it for spinner baits, small stuff, in that area, like on the river. Greg and I were talking about that. We think they kind of missed it there. They think they should add a couple more, gear ratios there. Let me grab my stuff here. So we have there was a couple new reels that came out from Shimano. You have the Corrado 150 MGL, which is going to be something that's really crazy. It's going to be crazy nice. Shimano or the Tackle Box is going to get some in this week, which is going to be a game changer, because, again, guys, when they get the stuff in, they call me or Greg shoots me a text. Hey, I got this in. I go up and do some reviews on it. And you guys, if you're interested in seeing those reviews, you need to check out my YouTube channel. Again, youtube.com/OnAnotherLine. Going to be doing a giveaway very soon, and it's going to be a fairly big giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2 or 3 lure lock boxes. I'm going to be giving away some JB's fish sauce and a few other things that I can scrounge up here that I can give away. I'm really pushing to that 4,000 subscriber mark right now on YouTube. It's not going to happen this year. I'm unless something major happens, it's not going to happen. I just now broke 2,900, which I'm glad of. So I'm definitely pushing for that 3,000 subscriber mark, and it should happen. I should have that by mid next month, which I hope, which would be good. But there's no way that I'm going to have another 1,000 subscribers by December. And I've kind of, just come to terms with that, and it's okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do this giveaway, and you're going to have multiple ways to enter. One of those is going to be, making sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. And I had a fella the other day at the Tackle Box ask me, he said, I would subscribe to your YouTube channel, but I don't have a lot of extra cash. Subscribing to my YouTube channel or subscribing to anybody's YouTube channel, within a small realm there, is free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to a YouTube channel. Basically, the only thing you're doing is when you subscribe to it is you get notifications via email and things that I or whoever you subscribe to posts new content. So that's where that's at. And again, if you guys are interested in, if you don't know how that's done, I can show you guys how that's done as well. went to Grayson again the other day, and I had one of the strangest things happen to me that I've had in a long time. I'm going to find this video here really quickly, and I'm going to show you this video. And it was really strange, just for the simple fact is I don't know how to take this video. Like, I was fishing again. I was at Grayson Lake. I was fishing up the creek, pretty good ways. I was up in I guess it was Little Gimlet. I was right at the mouth of Little Gimlet, and I was fishing. I had my boat pointed towards the bank. There was about 30 yards of water between myself and the bank. I was fishing this flat, and there's about probably 60 or 70 yards of water behind my boat, behind my motor. I was fishing a jig on this flat, and there's a big tree and stuff there. I was fishing, ended up catching about a 14-inch fish there 2 minutes before this video. But I want to get you guys' opinion on this. It's crazy to me, and maybe I'm just overthinking this thing, but so let's see here. I want to make sure that I'm sure you guys can hear that. But so here I am fishing again. This is the mouth of Little Gimlet here. Behind me, there's probably 70, 80 yards of water. There's about 35 there in front of me. You see this guy. It was crazy. So yeah, I mean, with that being said, I don't know. I don't know. I know I don't own the water. I don't claim to. Man, I was fishing there, and it really ticked me off. More I think about it, it kind of like I just need to settle down a little bit. But fishing that flat, it was clear that I was fishing there. My boat was pointed there. There was way less water in between me and the bank than there was behind me. The channel was actually behind me, and it actually, it was crazy. So one of those things where trying to fish and still got ran over. But it is what it is. Crazy. Karen. So, I for whatever weird reason, Grayson Lake has been my go-to over the past 3 or 4 years as opposed to Yatesville. I don't know. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know that I don't think I'm wrong in this situation. Like, the only thing that I can hope for with humanity here is that, like, the guy didn't see me until late. I don't know. I was sideways in the channel. The channel was behind me, guys. Like, I was on a flat, so it wasn't like I was hogging up where the channel was at. He went over about 6.5 foot of water there, and there's a giant log that he went over, and I swear I don't know how he didn't hit it. So it was more about that than me. And I think it comes down to a lot of what Mark is alluding to here. No respect from fellow boaters. I think that, I don't know where it comes into it. Again, like I said, the only thing I figure is he didn't see me. That's the only thing that I can come to think about, is where that happened. Yeah. So, well, I feel like you have the on the nail head there too. I think, for one, people's, like, attention span is a lot shorter now. That's due to social media. For example, I'm on TikTok right now live. That's, most you can see is 3 minutes at a time of somebody's video there. So the attention span's getting shorter. There's so much stuff that catches your attention. Cell phones. This dude had his wife or girlfriend with him, so maybe they were talking, didn't see me till late. But whatever, they went right by me, and it was weird to me because I am the type of person that will go way out of my way to get away from people that are fishing or even just pleasure boating. If I'm going down the Ohio River, I can look over and I can see there's 4 or 5 big giant pleasure boats there all tied together. They don't want me running next to them because, one, the wakes are going to really mess up their jive or their vibe, and it could, release their anchor, could get somebody hurt. So I constantly go out of my way to get away from people like that. And this is just one of those examples where it doesn't really pay you to do that because nobody else cares. What's up, Tristan? I was just looking today. I was thinking that I need to come down your way and do some fishing before the summer's over. You need to go down and show me how to catch some on Cumberland or Green River or wherever you're at. Dave, it happened so quick, man. I was throwing a 3/4 ounce jig and it was about 25 yards from me. I could have just pitched it into their boat. It probably wouldn't have felt good. Yeah, Worm. I mean, let's just look at this video one more time. And you can see the log on the left-hand side of my boat. And look how close they come to hitting it. All right, so a freeze frame right here. If you look at the front of their boat, probably another 10 yards in front of them there, you can see the end of that log sticking up there. And that log is angled towards my boat. It's what I was fishing. That log is wedged on that flat. So had they not been on plane, probably would have hit it, I would say. I don't wish harm on anybody, but good times. What's up, Fred? How you doing today, buddy? Man, I'm game. Like I said, I know it's a pretty good drive for me, but I need to get away from here. I have a goal this year, and I haven't hit it yet, but I'm going to. I don't care if it takes me until December. I'm going to catch a fish in another state that I haven't caught one. And again, you guys know I have a goal to catch a fish in every state in the United States, largemouth, smallmouth, or spotted bass, where they're available, and where they're not some form of bass, like a peacock or something. And I'm saying that because of like Hawaii. I know there's not going to be any largemouth, smallmouth, or spotted bass in Hawaii. So if I'm ever in Hawaii, I would like to catch a bass of some sort. My goal is before I die, hopefully that's a long time from now, is that I catch a bass in every state in the United States. Wow, I just had a bot hit me up on YouTube. Anyway, so I'm ready. What's up, Corey? Stay off my lawn. That's good stuff. I was fishing there. What's the matter, man? I'm just trying to fish here, dude. It's fun. Anyway, with that being said, I've had a lot of fun fishing. I took my dad to, we fished a tournament on Father's Day. Went with Brandon Buckner and the people from Lewis County Lunkers to a place in Kentucky. Ended up catching 3 small keepers. Brandon and his cousin fishing out of 2 different boats, finished first and second. We got smoked, but took dad out there, had a good time, caught 5 or 6 fish. And then a week later, took my dad to Yatesville. Crazy. I don't know. The Yatesville's crazy to me right now because I just can't catch them like I used to. And I think it's got a lot to do with COVID and people out there fishing, which I'm glad that people are on the water. Like, I don't want to sound like that guy. Like, I'm glad people are out there fishing, but I think it really hurt the population of fish, especially at Yatesville. Went out, I think I caught 7 fish that day, and the biggest fish I caught was about 9 inches. Actually, I lied. It's about 11 and a half, 12 inches. Keeper out there is 15 inches. Tried some really big baits, really big fish techniques, Carolina rig, throwing a big like 6XD, throwing on points, Rocky points, through my old go-to 5XD in some timber, which a lot of people have never tried that. If you do try that, make sure you have one of those lure retrievers that I showed you guys how to pour on my YouTube channel or on TikTok. If you don't have one, I wouldn't recommend you throwing that giant bait in timber because you will get it hooked up, no doubt. Herb, I believe there's smallies in Hawaii. You just gave me some hope, man. I would love to catch smallmouth in Hawaii. Hopefully, that's going to be several years down the road right now, I'd imagine. But I'm going right now. My goal is that I was talking to Dusty Smith Jr. the other day. He lives and works out of town around Huntsville, Alabama. And he says he's about an hour and a half away from Pickwick. And Pickwick actually is in Alabama, but it borders Mississippi. There is a part of Pickwick in Mississippi. So my goal is before this year is out, travel with my boat or travel down and fish with Dusty in his boat. Down, we're going to go over to Pickwick. We're going to go over to the Mississippi side and catch a fish in Mississippi. I think that's going to be the best way to go about catching a fish in a different state. That's where you're going to happen. That's what I'm going to try to do before the year's over. Will had a pontoon boat hit a stump, cut in between my brother and I, the bank of Kentucky Lake. Laughed out loud. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I wish harm on nobody, but like sometimes, karma is going to be there, and it just sucks, man. Like, and a lot of things, like especially like Grayson and stuff like that, you have to figure some of the boats that you see are rentals, and there's some people that have no clue how to drive a boat. That's why I'm so glad that Ohio has actually came out with the boater safety course that you have to have supposedly to drive a boat, and that's anybody that was born from like March. Actually, I think it's like December 31st, 1981 or something. Anyone, younger than that will have to have a boater safety course. But one thing about it is you can talk about it all day long and show people book-wise how to drive a boat, but getting out there and actually doing it is another thing. First thing people always want to know, first time they get in a boat, is where's the brakes. Fred, any ICAST new baits catch your eye? I was kind of surprised that the Berkeley Gilly won best of ICAST, not best bait, not best soft bait. They won overall best of ICAST, which is crazy. I think it's the first time a bait has ever won best of ICAST. I will tell you, one of the things that I caught my eye, I'll show you here, is Shimano came out with a bait that is normally right now what you have is that you have Shimano focuses more than not on their lure selection on saltwater. You have the Sniper, you have a lot of different things that are big baits. They're designed for saltwater action. They're designed for big fish. I guess you could probably throw them out there for bass too. But one of the things that caught my eye, and I will share my screen here so you guys can see this. This is the brand new for Shimano for 2021, a bass lure called the World Minnow. There's a 115 size, and there's also a let me scroll down. My mouse is glitching out here. But there's another model too. They must not have it here listed, but there's like a 90 version of this, like 115 and a 90. But really cool. What you see here is this little section right here that's clear, has like a foil section in there that kind of I don't know, gyrates back and forth and causes a really flashy idea where it reflects light away from the bait, so it makes it look like the bait is moving even when it's suspended, which is an absolute crazy bait. I will own some of them. They do have, like I said, the 95 series of this, which is going to be a smaller section of this. You can see a lot of different collars here. MSRP, just like any good jerk bait's, about $20. So this is one of the things that I saw and that I think is going to be a game changer for Shimano. So as far as other baits, I didn't go to ICAST this year, by the way. Missy and I were in Florida the week before. Next year I'll be back at ICAST. Just kind of go every other year just so we can break up our routine as far as going on vacation and stuff. We normally like to vacation the same week, and I drive to Orlando from St. Petersburg, which is about 2 hours, to go to ICAST. I didn't go this year because we went a week early. Sorry, not an hour. But as far as those baits, man, that's definitely it. I saw the Gilly. I really like it. I think I saw Missile Baits come out with some really cool stuff. But other than that, I didn't see a ton of stuff that like really caught my eye. Yeah, man, I'm game. I got I got a backpack full of gear and a few rods. Right now, I gotta wait. I'm waiting on again. I just now ordered 3 brand new NRX Plus, so hopefully they come in a few weeks. But I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not, setting my hopes really high on that because everything in the fishing industry is back ordered right now. Yeah, so Will, that's the thing. I'm gonna have a lot of money in catching the fish in every state because even if I get I can't say there'll be a ton. I mean, like a Mississippi license. I guess if you're talking about fishing Pickwick, I will buy like a 1 day Mississippi and a couple day Alabama because most of the Pickwick Lake is actually in Alabama. So you're going to get a lot more fishing there, but we're going to go beat the banks up in Mississippi. So yeah, according to that, I'd have to have license for each state. Some of them have reciprocal agreements or reciprocity, I think is what it's called, that you can fish as long as you have one or the other. It's kind of like the Ohio River. If you're on the Ohio River and you have a Kentucky, Ohio, or West Virginia license, you can fish anywhere on the Ohio River while, in those 3 states. You just can't go up into the tributaries. You can go up into the tributaries to the first obstruction. Like if you go up to the first bridge, if there's a bridge crossing that creek, you can't get any further unless you have that state's fishing license. David, what's up, Dave? So the thing about this is, glad you asked. How do I get one of your hats? Well, here's the thing. I just now ordered 20 new hats from Place in Ashland. They're redoing them for me. They done the original OnAnotherLine hats, the gray ones. I switched it up a little bit. I want to see if I can find the actual hat that I got. Show you guys what it looks like as far as the hat. And I'm not going to, man, it's going to take me forever. There's a million of these. I'm getting the Richardson 112, which is my favorite hat. I think this is pretty sure this is a Richardson. It's just G. Loomis branded. I'm trying to find the actual hat here, but I'm getting a heather gray front section here and a white section back here. This is right here's the hat. So let's see. Let me share my screen here again. I'll show you the hat. Again, this is from a different website, so don't pay attention to the price. This is per hat, and it's not monogrammed. Getting this thing monogrammed, but this hat right here is what I'm getting: white back and sides, gray heather on the front. It'll have the treble hook OnAnotherLine in red, and on the side of it, on the left-hand side in red, it says "Lean" on them. Those guys will be available here in the coming weeks. If you're local, guys, I'm not making a quarter off from them. Whatever they charge me, if they're $18 a piece, that's what they're going to be for you guys. I'm not looking to make any money off from them. It's branding, getting my stuff out there, and I appreciate you guys giving me some support. So I'm not looking to make any money. Whatever they charge me is what I'm going to charge you. So I'm thinking they're going to be anywhere from 18 to 22 bucks, whatever they are. They're going to be just like the gray hat that you always see me wearing, but it'll say OnAnotherLine down here with a treble hook here, and then on the side it says "Lean" on them. But how you go about getting those will be, as soon as I get them in, I'll meet up with you. You guys can pay me then. If you guys are not local, $4 or $5, whatever it costs me to ship them out, I'll ship you guys out some of those and some of my decals for free. I'll give you the decals for free. You just pick up, the $4 or $5 extra bucks to ship it to you. I'd be glad to send it out to you. Brandon Witt, what's up, my brother? We need to do some songwriting, man. I keep saying that, but we just need to do it. Larry Slack, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you made it. Worm. Fished to the river much this year. I've been out 4 or 5 times on the river. Haven't smashed them, but I've got some fish. I may go out on the river tomorrow. I'm going to go somewhere. It's going to be hotter than blue blazes, and I don't really feel like driving all over the place, so I may just go out and beat the river up for a while. Fished the river several months ago, won a small tournament with Lewis County Lunkers. Dusty and I went up and caught 4 or 3 fish. They were chewing on a June bug collared worm, which is pretty cool. But no, I haven't fished a ton. The river, as you know, has been blown out, man. Like, I don't mind it muddy or dirty, but the sheer amount of volume of water that's been going through that thing since April is crazy. Finally, it's knock on wood. It's really looking good right now, so I can't wait to get out there. Greg Drown from the Tackle Box and I were talking about in April that the Ohio River was the clearest I've ever seen it in my entire life. It was like 8-foot visibility. It was really super clear. And then from that month on, it's just been blown out. You may be onto something there, Brandon. Koozies, see what I can do, man. Work on that. Yeah, man. Andrew, yeah, a hat will be in the giveaway. Nice job. Give me an idea for sure. Hey, Adam, what's up, buddy? Says there a super slam of bass species where you can catch every species of bass in the States in 1 year? Also wondering, is there any way in the States you can catch a peacock, or is there anywhere in the States you can catch a peacock bass? Always wanted to catch one of those. They look awesome. Let's look at the first portion of that. I don't know if there's anything like that, but maybe we should come up with something like that, a super slam of bass. But golly, that would be crazy. Like in every state. Oh, so every species of bass in the state. So are you talking about, like, I guess it would be like spotted bass? Man, there's so many there. It'd be looking like smallmouth, spotted bass, largemouth, mean mouth. If you're looking at all sizes of, white bass, all that stuff would be crazy. Second part of your question, is there a place in the state you can catch peacock? Absolutely. They're in Florida. You just have to figure out where they're at. You can absolutely catch big peacock in Florida. All right, David, no problem, man. I'll get with you. Like I said, I got the quote today, paid for the stuff, or I gave her the go-ahead to make them, so I don't know how much it's going to cost me. They're normally, like I said, anywhere from 18 to 22 bucks. Whatever it costs me, I'm going to give you one the same cost. Like I said, whatever it is, I'm not going to charge you anything. I don't care to ship the things out. And if I sell those 20 and I need to get 20 or 40 more, totally fine with me. I will do that. I appreciate the support. It's all about a walking billboard for you guys out there and catching those giant fish you guys do with my OnAnotherLine hat. It helps me out a lot. Yeah, so the river, like I said, Worm, it's been crazy. It's been I don't know. I'm glad it's back to normal finally. Elephant in the room about the river. I've been hit up about 10 times in the past 2 or 3 days about whether I'm having the river rat this year or not. Guys, I'm fearful that we're going to get shut down again. They're talking about all this crazy stuff about, masks and vaccinations. And man, what a time to be alive. If you'd have told me 2 years ago that this stuff was going to shut us down to where we couldn't do anything in 2 years, I told you you're crazy. One of those things that I guess you just kind of got to live through it. As far as the river rat, is that Kyle and I have talked about it, and I just don't know if we have the gumption to make it happen this year or ever. I enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite tournaments ever. It's one of the biggest bass tournaments on the Ohio River, as far as I know. And the thing about that is that there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of stuff. The River Rat, if you guys don't know, is an invitation only tournament. Last year or 2 years ago, before COVID, we opened it up for anybody to fish to try to get numbers up. And it then turns back into an invitation only tournament. Excuse me. The invitation only tournament guys, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this, and there's a spam bot on my YouTube channel throwing out some derogatory terms. So if you guys are on YouTube, I apologize for that. That is not me, and I guarantee you it's not Gwen Stefani. But anyway, there's really nothing for us to gain from the tournament other than being able to see you guys and have a good tournament and give the opportunity to win $4,000 or $5,000 in cash to anybody around here, including us. The issue is that there's a lot of time and effort that goes into it. And it's really a drain on my ability to create content and fish on my own and all that stuff. So I'm not sure if we're going to have it this year or not. If you are in the area and you are interested in heading up the River Rat tournament, I'll have to talk to Kyle because it was actually originally ran by Mike Drummond, who recently just passed away. And he was a great fisherman from the area and had the River Rat tournament for years and years and years. And I always enjoyed fishing the tournament, and I never realized how much went into it. But if you guys are interested in hosting that thing, I can give you all the information. I can give you the people's names that fished it over the past couple of years that you can send out some invitations to and get it working. It always is in the Coal Grove ramp in Coal Grove, here in Coal Grove, Ohio on the Ohio River. 2-day tournament, $200 entry fee. There was another thing that come about last year. We had a bunch of people talking about the rules and things and saying we changed the rules and all that other crap. And people stretching the rules and trying to figure out what was going on and gave us a big giant bunch of crap about what was going on with the rules. And, most of those people didn't even show up to fish anyway. But I will know something in the next week or so. I'm going to talk to Kyle and we're going to put our heads together and try to figure out whether it's worth it for us to do it or not. Again, it's about a week's worth of work. One of the things about that is that Kyle lives in Dayton, Ohio. So most of the work that's done here is done by myself and other people. Greg Drown is always a huge, proponent of helping us out, giving us some donations. Chris Malone at Malone's Marine hooked us up with like $200 2 years ago, I think. There's a lot of people that come out of the woodwork to help it out, and it's a really good deal. But with that being said, as of right now, the River Rat tournament in Coal Grove, Ohio is off until further notice. If I talk to Kyle this week and we decide to do it, I will be blasting it out on my social media pages. And again, it's a $200 entry team tournament, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, the first weekend in October. Always, that's when it is. First full weekend in October. It's Saturday, Sunday, 6 fish limit. We fish, I think it's like 7 to 3, depending on safe light to 3. Actually, I think it was 7 to 4. But anyway, you'll be seeing a lot more stuff about on social media. You'll see whether we're going to have it or not. You'll know more about that as we go. So keep an eye out for that. Mark Shannon, your question: the DT8 didn't excite you? Yes. To answer your question, that was the next bait that I thought was really a game changer. I've always wanted something that would run in between a 1.5 and that DT10 that I'm usually throwing. And I think you are right. That DT8 is going to fit nicely for what I have going on there about it. Yeah, Andrew, I hope it's not the truth, but it sounds like it's going to be another crazy year. I don't know. Like I said, I'm fearful that we're going to get into a situation. I don't want to get into a rant as far as politics and COVID and all that stuff, but I feel like we're going to see discrimination coming back as a full-fledged thing. I feel like that you're going to have the vaccinated people against the non-vaccinated people, and there's going to be discrimination and there's going to be segregation between those two groups of people. Only thing I know is that according to the CDC, you can't catch COVID in open air. So I'm going to be on the water as much as possible until the water freezes, which around here it doesn't really happen. I'm going fishing. So should you. Fred, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not going to get into a huge, pissing match over it, but you guys know as well as I do, you might as well get ready because it's coming. And it's weird. I don't know. I took this summer for granted, being all free as I could be, being able to walk into a grocery store without a mask or do whatever. But it's coming back. And I'm not downplaying COVID at all. Like it's an extreme disease. Matter of fact, you guys probably were watching a show here this time in February of this year. I actually had COVID and was actually talking to you guys live. I'm not downplaying. It was a terrible disease. Like I was really, really sick for one day. But it is what it is. I fear, knock on wood, that they're going to shut the entire country down again over something. And I don't know. You don't know what to believe, which is what's really hurts me, is that you never know what to believe. You can't know. It's so new. Even the vaccines and things. One of the things that gets me is they're like, if you're vaccinated or not, you're still wearing a mask. Well, does the vaccine work or does it not? And if it doesn't, you should probably tell people that, hey, it doesn't work. You need to wear a mask and prepare yourself because you have a potential to get it again. Now they're just saying the people that are vaccinated have the potential to carry the disease and give it to the people that are non-vaccinated, which it is what it is. You make your own choice. I did. You guys should too. And Mark, you're right, buddy. Let's fish. I was out on the water a lot during the first wave of COVID. Matter of fact, I fished more during those 5 or 6 months, especially the 3 months that they locked us down and said we couldn't do anything except outdoor activities. I was like, outdoor activities. I know exactly where that's at. It's going to be on the front of my boat. I'm going to be fishing. I'm going to be flipping and pitching jigs, trying to catch giants in the springtime. But everybody else in Lawrence County had that idea too. You go out into a lake and be 150 boats deep, which is, it's all good, man. I had fun. I saw a lot of people on the lake that I didn't get an opportunity to see. But I'm ready. I'm ready to fish. I'm going to continue doing my thing, fishing, creating content for you guys, going live, talking to you guys. There could be a time where we're locked down, can't get out of our house, and we'll just go live every night talking about fishing. Maybe we can do something stupid like hook up the old Nintendo, the NES system, and play some super black bass and try to catch the big ones on there. Who knows? But until then, until they tell me I can, I'm fishing. Let's see. Have you had a chance to get your new Helix fish finder? No, I was actually looking at this. You're on the right brand there. I was looking at a Humminbird, which makes Helix, but I'm looking at a Solix. I'm potentially looking at a let's see, the 16-inch Solix. I bought a house next to me, and that was about 3 or 4 months ago. I did that out of necessity. It's kind of a rundown, dilapidated house. Bought it. Misty and I bought it to tear it down, and that's where a lot of my money's going into right now. When I get that thing done, I'm definitely looking into the Solix, and I will own one before next fishing season. Do I believe the price of fishing or custom fishing rods will ever go down? Depends on if you're talking about like custom, like you and I build them, or like custom as far as like Loomis and things, like high-end stuff. I don't know that it'll ever go down. The reason I don't think you'll see it go down is because the price point has it's already been set, right? So it's already been there. People are already paying that money. For example, Gary Loomis, who was the originator of G Loomis rods, that's where the G Loomis is Gary Loomis. He owned the G Loomis name, made rods for years and years and years. And then Shimano, the corporation, bought out Gary Loomis, I'm sure for tons of cash. I don't know how much it was, but I'm sure it was a bunch. They bought out G Loomis. It's been like 20 plus years ago. I'm guessing closer to 25 years ago. So they've owned the G Loomis name forever. So everything that you've been fishing, everything that I've been fishing has probably had the Shimano stamp on it. We just didn't know it. But Gary Loomis, now there is that non-compete thing, or you get that 20-year cushion once you sell something. That 20-year, basically like it's a protection thing. Where he couldn't build any more rods. Probably 20 years in a day, he came out with Temple Fork Outfitters, which I was a huge fan of those rods, as opposed to going from what I used to know him building, as opposed to what he could have got there. I didn't think it was I think it was not up to par for what he had. Now he has a rod called the Edge or the Edge or something, and they're like $800+ for each rod. They have real carbon fiber handles and all kind of crazy stuff on them. But as far as seeing the price of rods, custom rods ever go down, I don't think that'll happen, just for the simple fact that we're already paying for it, and the price of components is never going to go down. What's up, Michael, out on TikTok? Yeah, man, Vanford boxes back there. 2 Vanfords. There's a couple. These are actually, let's see, 2 Bantam. Those actually Bantam reels are still in there. There's a Crotto 300 you can't see, 2 Vanfords, an Xsense C3000 2021 version, and a Stratic 3000 FL back there. Some of my favorite rods, or some of my favorite reels on the planet. Most of those are brand new. Yeah, so man, Fred, I don't know if you consider a G Loomis a custom rod or not, and I don't know if those are in your price point or not. But go to your local dealer and pick up a new InterX Plus. They're an absolute game changer when it comes to weight. I have the shaky head rod, the 822S SYR, which is a shaky head rod. It's a 6-foot 10-inch rod. Has Fuji silicon carbide, titanium SIC guides. They have recoil guides, REC components, recoil guides up the rest of that. The CI4 Plus reel seat. And again, I have it paired with a 2021 version, just like you guys on Facebook or YouTube can't see it, but there's a box up here from the Xsense 3000. It's a 2021 version of it. I did a review on YouTube about it, but the reel weighs 6.4 ounces. So the new NRX Plus with that thing, especially the spinning rod side of things, legit. John Jones, no Zebco 33s. Yeah, man. So Zebco 33s, I don't knock on Zebco 33s. I fish them for years. I love them. I think they're the Abrams tank of fishing world. Matter of fact, the Zebco 33 is the gateway drug to bass fishing, in my opinion. Everybody starts out with a Zebco 33, and the reason Zebco 33s are still around is because they are absolutely the goat of fishing reels. You're not going to tell me any different. For the price point, you can put those things in a 4-year-old kid's hands. They can cast them about 30, 35 yards. It's all in farther they need to go. You put like, I don't know, half ounce of like egg sinkers on there. You could throw it out there and break the line off from them because they cast so good. The Zebcos are awesome. I've fished Zebco for years. I'm sure I have a Zebco 33 around here somewhere. I guarantee it. 202, 808, got those big old reels for catfishing and stuff. Can't say a bad thing about Zebco, man. They absolutely, they make some good stuff. Matter of fact, if you guys know Matt Robertson, who is a Bassmaster Elite Series fishing, he's a stick, man. That dude can catch him in a mud hole. But he is actually sponsored by Ugly Stick, and they make some good rods too. They made rods I didn't even know they had. Oh yeah, Bill, where at, man? I'm going tomorrow. Just spill the beans, man. I'll just go out there and try to catch them again. So again, guys, if you guys are out there in TikTok land, you're not hearing great audio, you're not seeing anything I'm sharing on my screen. If you guys want to see any of that stuff, go over and join on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. YouTube.com/OnAnotherLine. You can also go to Facebook.com/OnAnotherLine and see the live video right now and see anything that I post. I post usually a couple videos a week, and it's all fishing or outdoor related. So without further ado, we're at that 1 hour mark. Again, you guys don't know that I don't like to stay on here more than an hour because I feel like it gets kind of stale. A couple of things you're going to see over the next few days is you're going to see a video of Grayson that I caught 10 fish out there on a shaky head. You'll see that video come live on Thursday. I'm going fishing somewhere tomorrow morning. I don't know where. Hard to say. I might go hit the river. It's close, easy to put in and out, and I don't have to worry about driving an hour home. So I'm going to go out there and try it out. So I'm going to go out on the river. You'll see that video coming up very soon, probably Monday of next week. I'm going to go up and borrow a GCX off of Greg Drown's tackle box and give my absolute review over that with my first hands-on experience of the new G Loomis GCX, which is going to be designed to take place of the E6X rod. I know it's going to be a lot lighter than the E6X. That was one of my major complaints about the E6X is that I felt like it was a little heavy, but at that $199 price point, excuse me, you can't really complain. These rods are a little bit more expensive. Got that multi-taper design, so you're going to see weight reduction on those. So I can't wait to get my hands on those. You'll see a video coming out very soon. Again, thank you guys out there that bought my old NRXs. When I say old, just my old style NRX. I really take good care of my stuff. So if you bought them, you're getting a heck of a deal. But thanks for buying those because I'm upgrading through the NRX Plus. Submitted my order today. Crazy amount of money, but it's all going to be worth it in the end. You guys will be seeing reviews of each one of those videos as they come live when I receive them. When's that going to be? Hopefully soon. I don't know. We all know the fishing world is crazy up right now as far as getting stuff getting stuff submitted as far as, getting it shipped to you. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with supply chains being screwed up. So hopefully I get those very soon. Don't know. Topwater River bite. Duly noted, man. I'll let you know. Hey, Adam, man, I appreciate you. You're always one of the people that are out here on, asking legit questions and following along. So I really appreciate your support. It means a lot. Andrew. Yeah, like I said, man, I know we've been trying to meet up all week or all summer about fishing. Just let me know when you have some time off. and we'll get out on the water. I have the next 3 weeks off before I go back to school, so we need to make it happen before then because it's going to be really tough after that. Fred, I don't know if I've ever heard those. Excuse me. I don't know if I've ever heard of those rods. That's cool, man. So that's the thing, man. I like G. Loomis, like Shimano, but that doesn't mean that that's the end-all be-all. The end-all be-all is getting out there and trying to catch them. I don't care what kind of rod you're using. Zebco 33, if you're using a, Berkeley Bionics, you're using a Berkeley Cherrywood, ugly stick, lose, you name it. The goal is not whether you catch them or not, is that you're actually out there. So, guys, we are at that 1 hour mark. I appreciate you guys sticking around for this episode of On Another Line. If you're out there on YouTube for the first time, again, there were some derogatory comments dropped on this thing by a bot. I don't condone that stuff. There are bad people everywhere. It doesn't matter what you want to do, and the people that are going to be that way no matter what. So, kind of got to look past them. But it is what it is. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel and you like fishing content or outdoor-related content, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube and you hit the notification bell to know when I go live and get stuff posted on the weekly. Got a few things coming up. Again, I'm going to try to catch a bass in Mississippi here in a couple weeks. Hopefully go down and catch one in Mississippi and check Mississippi off my list of states. It's a goal for this year. And I had a few more goals. The 4,000 subscriber mark is out the window. I'm not hitting it. It's all good. One of my favorite ultralight rods on the planet is a Berkeley Cherrywood. I love it. When I used to fish pond hop all the time, catching bluegill and stuff back in the day, I used to throw a Berkeley Bionics. Was a really good rod. I think it was made out of IM6 or IM7 graphite. Really cool rod. I had a ton of them. Really good stuff. So, again, I like Loomis and Shimano now because I get the opportunity to fish them and I get to see all the new stuff coming out, usually before everybody else does. So, it is what it is. Enjoy what you can fish what you can afford, and the whole point is to get out there and catch them. Guys, appreciate you guys joining us this episode of On Another Line. If you can, get out there and lean on them. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, and I'll do my best to help you answer that question. Without further ado, again, guys, if you can, get out there and lean on them. We'll see you next time on Another Line.